Dan, yourself and Daniel Cormier this weekend, both ex-Olympians. Is there an extra kudos to UFC events, do you feel? There's a kind of more of a mainstream appeal when there are links with the Olympics?
Oh, absolutely. I think it adds excitement to the fights, and when you got two top athletes from Olympic teams, and in this case, both from wrestling. I don't know if that's happened before from the same sport. I know that
We got Ronda and Sarah McMahon were both ex-Olympians.
Yeah. I'm saying from the same exact sport. I don't know if that's happened before, even though he's a freestyle guy, I'm a Greco guy. We'll have to see which one does better for MMA. It's always been my belief that Greco's been the type of wrestling that applies better to MMA. So we'll see.
It may well come down to the stand-up, in other words.
Yes, more likely. I hope.
Exactly. The other things on the Olympics in particular, more and more fighters, Yoel Romero, Hector Lombard, we mentioned Ronda Rousey just now, there's more Olympians finding their way into MMA. You were the first very high-profile Olympian, I think, to be heavily involved. Do you think it's because a lot of the other combat sports are just so amateurish now? Not in the way it's applied, but the way you can't earn a living, really.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's why wrestlers get into MMA. That's why I got into MMA, is to make a little money to support my wrestling. I was doing maybe one MMA event a year for two or 3 years until I was done wrestling. Then I started fighting full time, and I was able to support myself and continue to wrestle during that time. And I think that's still the case. I mean, you can't, unless you win the Olympics, you get a good payday when you do that in the U.S. And there's really no money in wrestling at all. And I'm sure judo is very similar in that regard. So you will find that happening more and more, and as it should. MMA has gotten to be at that level of notoriety, and these guys are still in good shape and capable of doing good things in MMA that are coming out of their sport that want to make some money, and they're going to hop in here.
You talk about, still being in shape. Do you ever have to pinch yourself at the moment? I know you have to work very hard at it, that you're still here at the very top level and you're over 40.
No, it really hasn't. It's not. I feel to myself that that's not unusual. I feel good. I feel like I'm 10 years younger than I actually am, and maybe it surprises me that I'm as old as I am.
Even though you look 10 years older than you are. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
just kidding. Stay there.
Only when I don't buzz my hair, I look older. It's been great to be able to stay healthy and continue to compete and learn in the sport, and it's been fun, and to be able to earn a living at it and support my family and set up future opportunities for myself. It's been great, and I hope that it continues for another couple of years until I'm ready to.
You always seem incredibly confident when you're the underdog. It strikes me very often. Do you like the underdog tag?
I do, and for a while I wasn't having that very often, but seems like the last couple I've had that, and I enjoy it, and this is probably the biggest I've been as an underdog, and maybe this is the biggest you'll see me.
Have you got the mental picture of hitting him and chiming the bell on the night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watching his legs wobble.
I visualize punching everybody I fight, and knowing that he moves well and moves his head quickly, and he is a quicker guy, but he's used to fighting slower guys. So hopefully that plays a part into it, and then I hope to wear him out with him trying to take it down.
And finally, obviously you were out there as taking TRT. It was one of the things you were legally allowed to do. They've banned it from this state now. Did it affect you mentally at all, or was it just very little seems to affect you mentally, to be honest? But what did you go through when they come up with that decision? And are you fine with it now? And have you felt any differences?
Well, I mean, I tend to not get get too worked up over things I have no control over. This being one of them, I have no control over what the athletic commission votes for and passes, and you know, it'd be tough for me to change it within 2 or 3 months. You know, I've said my piece. I basically have voiced my opinion on it. I really don't think that was the problem. You know, the biggest problem that they could have handled. But it is what it is, and I'm just going to move forward and continue to fight.
If you beat Daniel, do you want a rematch with Vitor Belfort?
You know, it'd be nice to fight him again and actually fight the fight instead of get caught early. But you know, we'll see what happens in the future. But right now, I'm focused on light heavyweight.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bud. Thank you very much indeed.
Time,
Cheers.
so let's slide in there.